So hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video we're going to talk about why you should say no to some customer requests in your lawn care business. Coming up. So hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video we're going to talk about why you need to say no to some customer requests in your lawn care business. Now I know this seems counterintuitive, especially for you guys starting out in business where you want to take on as much work as possible and build up that client base. But as you build experience and as your business grows, you're going to see that not all jobs are created equal and that some jobs just aren't worth doing, and that you're going to need to start saying no to some of those customer requests to be able to maintain that profitability and viability of your business. Now make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you're notified right away when I release videos like this that could help to potentially grow your business. So first things first, you're going to have to learn to say no to jobs that affect your efficiency. One of the most common questions I get every spring is, can I mow their lawn on Fridays? Well, no, everybody wants their lawn mowed on Fridays, but that's just not efficient. You can't run a lawn care business and have everybody's lawn scheduled one day a week and no lawns to do the rest of the week. So customers don't get to pick the day that their lawn is mowed. They can request a day, and if it works with the schedule, that's fine. And I'll try to schedule the lawn as close as I can to that day. But I ultimately have the choice of when is the best time for my business to service that property. So another question that I get all the time along those same lines is from new customers that say, I saw you in the neighborhood yesterday. Can you come and give me an estimate today? And the answer is no. I was in that neighborhood yesterday. I'm now across town today doing this neighborhood over here. So essentially I just tell people that they'll have a estimate emailed to them within 7 days of their request. And I just ask for permission right there on the spot, whether it's on my website or on the phone, for me to just swing by, whether gates are unlocked, where there's dogs in the backyard, that sort of stuff. And just say, when I'm in that neighborhood, I'll have a look at it and give you an estimate. So the other one that I get is when customers come and they ask me or request to do certain jobs that day. So I'll be out mowing the lawn and then they'll come out and say, hey, do you mind trimming this hedge over here for me today? And the answer is no. My business is set up to have mowing only days and then have days that I do everything else. It's simply not efficient for me as a single owner operator to go out and have to load machines that I may or may not need certain days. So I only take what I need for that particular day. And like I said, for me, that means I have mowing days and non-mowing days. So in my business, I mow Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I have my mowers, my trimmers, my blowers with me, and I don't carry anything else. I schedule all of those other requests for either the Mondays or the Fridays. And then that way I can group those jobs together. I'm not loading mowers, and I can take hedge trimmers and ladders and things on those days and knock off all of those similar jobs all at the same time. So the next thing you're going to have to learn to say no to are jobs that affect your safety. So for me, the common one that I get each and every spring from new clients is, can you move our trampoline each week? And the answer is no. I've learned over the years here where I work, the ground is soft, trampolines tend to sink into the ground, and I've moved trampolines in the past and tweaked my back and been in a lot of pain for a stretch of months, and have had to continue to work and deal with that pain because of simply moving an innocent looking trampoline. So another question you might get, especially during the winter in your off season, is from customers asking, hey, can you come by and clear the snow off of my roof to reduce the weight load? And for me, that answer would be no. It's just far too dangerous and far too much of a risk to my safety for me to go up there and do that sort of thing. I'm all for picking up odd jobs and trying to take care of your customers' requests, but that's just one that just is out of the scope of safety for me to do. Another similar one along those lines is, hey, can you clean my gutters on my third-story house with just an extension ladder? And again, being a solo owner operator, getting up on an extension ladder that I need to get up to, say, the second story, or worse, the third story, and try to clean gutters when you're way up there with the ladder kind of flopping around, it's just not worth it. For the amount of money that you're going to make on a gutter cleaning job, versus the risk of personal injury and not being able to work for months, even years, or being permanently disabled is just not worth it. So next, you're going to have to learn to say no to jobs that increase your liability. Things like I've had customers ask me if I could take down, a big tree in their backyard. And it's in close proximity with fence lines and other houses, and it's just not worth it. I'm not equipped to do that sort of work. As much as I would like the income that would come from felling a large tree, it just isn't worth it. And when you look at your insurance and you think to the fact that you're insured for lawn care, you're insured for taking care of people's lawns, if something were to happen, not only would your liability increase, the possibility there of somebody getting hurt or somebody's property getting damaged, but your insurance may not even cover you for that because it's not within the scope of what your business is actually supposed to be doing. So next is one that I see a lot of lawn care companies do. They try to slip under the radar to earn some extra income, but it's something you should absolutely not risk. And that's putting down or spraying chemical weed control products without the proper licenses, permits, or insurance in place to protect yourself. Think about it. You're in people's backyards, front yards. You may be on boulevards that have public access, and you're spraying some pretty nasty chemicals and exposing people and pets to those chemicals as well. So you absolutely do not want to have any sort of liability risks when it comes to doing that sort of stuff. You want to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, that you have the proper insurance to protect yourself for that you have the proper city or county or province or state licenses required to do that sort of stuff, that you're putting the proper signage in place when you're doing that stuff, that you're wearing the proper safety gear when you're doing that stuff. Absolutely do not take the risk of injuring yourself or others or pets even by putting chemicals down when you're not trained in using them and you don't have the insurance to cover yourself in case somebody gets seriously ill. So another one that I've had actually quite commonly, usually with commercial properties, is customers asking me, hey, can you take your weed whacker and just, zip those weeds down in that gravel bed over there? And the answer is no, because there's just too much liability. You lose your concentration for a second, your hand tilts for a second, and rocks start spraying everywhere. And you're in a parking lot, there's cars around, there's windows around, and there's people around, and having rocks flying around is just too great of a liability risk to do that sort of thing. I find in those types of situations, the customer's trying to make it sound like it's not a big deal. Like, can you just take a few seconds and just zip over there and do it? And as quick as it may seem to go and do that sort of stuff, it's just not worth the liability. If it only takes 30 seconds to go and do the job, well, it takes less than a second for something to go wrong. So always keep that in mind, and again, use your common sense. If you're just not comfortable doing it, look at the risks around of what could potentially happen, and just say no. So my last piece of advice here would be to just use your common sense and use your due diligence. Don't just look at jobs for the potential for how much profit they can make, but look at them also for the potential of what could go wrong on that particular job. As you gain experience, as your business grows, you'll start to learn to spot those types of hazards, and you'll learn to say no to those types of jobs. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what other types of jobs or situations you found yourself in the past where you've had to say no in your lawn care business. If you like this type of how to start a lawn care business type video, I'll leave another one for you up here in this corner, and I'll also leave another one of my other videos up here in this corner. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.